So you may have guessed where this course was heading, from yesterday in particular. But there's something really critical that we need to speak clearly on before we finish. And this is about achievement and reward and outcome. So when we began our journey, we had something clear that we wanted to escape from. We didn't know it then, but we wanted to escape from the clutches of the storyteller. We wanted the stress and the pain that was being caused by our habit of believing its lies to stop. And so we were driven to start some sort of practice, to start some sort of learning journey, to try and find some relief. As we journeyed together, we worked hard sometimes, and sometimes we were slack, but we practiced skills, we learned how to do things. We looked inside, and then we started throwing things away when we realized that they were false and didn't serve us. And in a sense, all of this was an attempt to get somewhere. Now, this was fine up to a point, but when our drive is to get somewhere and achieve something, then we always have to have a next destination. You know, when you achieve, if you're goal orientated, when you achieve your goals, it doesn't satisfy to then say, okay, I'm finished now. You know, what do? We start writing a new list. We say, oh, well, maybe I can make it a bit bigger, or get a few more people on board, or do something completely different. Now, the life of awareness is a little bit different, because when we get to the place of the goal, we realize that, in fact, there is no destination. That we thought we were heading to a place, when in fact we were learning to live this life day by day in a particular way. And while we thought that we would get some reward in terms of, you know, some final state of mind or some state of peace, what we discover in fact is that a life of awareness is its own reward. And of course that's because it's peaceful and enjoyable. But it's peaceful and enjoyable because it's our natural state. Because we're that fish, and we've finally realized that we've been swimming in the ocean the whole time, and that we needn't look for water anymore. What do we do then? Imagine being a fish that was searching for water its whole life, that suddenly discovered that it was swimming in it the whole time. What would you do? Well, you laugh, and then you enjoy swimming in the water. So the final step in our journey is simply to enjoy this life of awareness. But the funny thing about this final step is that it continues forever. That we never cross life of awareness off the to-do list. So it's critical for us to embrace the fact that there is no final destination for us. That what we were searching for, in fact, was in us all along, and that our role now is to express that in the world. Now, of course, you and I aren't the enlightened masters, and we still go back and forth between this life of awareness and being lost in thinking. So I'm not saying we're finished and we're just walking the earth like the Buddha. What I'm saying is that when we discover that inner place, that inner awareness, that our role then becomes not to achieve anything through that, but just to live as that. That's our practice forever. And I've provided you with some written reflection on this to complete for today. I'd love you to take a minute now to do that. And tomorrow we'll wrap up this series with a really nice meditation that we can do together.